Had this back injury for over a week now and it's still not improving. So today I'm going to the hospital here in China to get it checked out. And because so many people have been contacting me recently about medical treatment in China, I thought I'd show you exactly what the process is like as a foreigner. Let's go. Like most major cities in China, Chengdu has a subway, metro, underground system, so it's very convenient for traveling around the city. However, like most major cities in China, try to avoid rush hour. It can be really packed. One of the great things about the Chinese transportation system is that most things are not only in Chinese characters, but also in Pinyin and English. So it makes it really easy to travel around the city, even if you can't speak or read Chinese. Another great thing about the Chinese metro system, at least here in Chengdu, and actually across other cities as well, is that you can see you've got restrooms, you've got toilets, accessible toilets for disabled people. You've even got some baby care facilities. Sichuan Provincial Orthopaedic Hospital. Almost there. So a lot of foreigners are actually quite curious. Can you just walk into a Chinese hospital and get treatment on the day, for example? Well, we're going to walk in and find out how easy or difficult that is. Registration and charge, you can see that there. If you're just going to walk in on the day and try and get an appointment, you come to the hospital, you can see here in Chinese called Guahao, which basically means to register. So you queue up here and you, with your passport, remember, so obviously you're not a Chinese person, you're a foreigner, you come here, you take your passport, you queue up and you say, I have a back problem, I have a head problem, I have a neck problem, and they'll tell you what department, what doctor to go for. They'll charge you for it. That was the only way to get an appointment in China. Now, modern China, new China, everything is done on the phone, WeChat and so on. So a day before, 2 days before, you go on the WeChat system and you book an appointment and it's all, and you pay online and it's all done. And so in that way, you know that your appointment is there. As I said, it's highly likely if you go on the day, you'll get an appointment, but what if you can't? What if you don't? So I always recommend people booking in advance. Right, I'm going to get my appointment, and then we're going to go upstairs and wait basically for the doctor. So once you've got your appointment, you'll get a strip of paper with a QR code, or it'll go straight on your phone. You'll come up to your, basically where your doctor is. So I'm on the second floor, 215. That's the doctor's surgery that I'm going to see today. I take my QR code and I scan it here. And in doing so, I've got the appointment, but you need to scan here in order to tell the doctor that you're here. We're actually here, because a lot of people, not everyone, miss appointments. They get an appointment, they don't turn up. So I've scanned it. It's now number 10. Patient number 10 is being seen. Then it's 16, then it's 5. Hopefully, I'll be after this. So when you get an appointment in China, you get a time slot. So this morning I've got between the 9:30 and 10 o'clock. There'll be 2 or 3 people in that time slot, probably. And so depending on when you actually arrive, if you get morning number 1 or afternoon number 1, then you'll be seen very quickly. But any number after number 1, you've got your appointment, but I guess you have to wait for the next person to finish. That's normal, I think. That's the whole world. So waiting now for the doctor. Right, so I've just seen the doctor and they've come out and I've got all these sort of tickets. What are these? These are basically medicine. One of the benefits of going to a Chinese hospital is that you get a mix of Western and Chinese medicine. So Western medicine, I think we all know from the West. Chinese medicine, also known as TCM, Chinese traditional medicine. So I've got a combination of both. So all these sort of tickets here with the QR codes are the medicine. And I think it's sort of traditional Chinese medicine. Why? Because I told him I'd taken the ibuprofen, also the ibuprofen gel. So he said, why don't you try something different? And I'm all up for trying something different because my back still isn't better. So I've got these medicine things. I'm going to scan the QR code. I pay for those. So it's going to be about £20 in all for this medicine. I'm going to scan that and I'm going to get it when I leave. But also what he's recommended is for me to have acupuncture on my back. 2 sessions, one today, one tomorrow. I'm slightly scared because, as I've said, my back is really painful. I'm worried if you're going to put needles in, it's going to be worse. But right now I'm waiting outside the door. He's told me just to wait. Your name is English, they'll come out and call you. So rather than the sort of automated system, he says, look, the doctor will just come out and call you. So yeah, very friendly, very accessible. going to pay for this on the phone, and I'm going to wait for my acupuncture.
I've seen a sharp rise in people coming to China for overseas, basically medical tourism. I wonder whether it's going to continue. Anyway, interestingly enough, the doctors recommended, apart from the medicine he gave me, which I'll get later, to try some acupuncture.
I'm a little bit worried it's going to be painful, but I'm waiting here to try acupuncture. I'm currently having acupuncture. I don't know if you can see that, or you can. I don't know if you'll allowed to show my butt on YouTube, but that is my butt and my back. Look, I'm not doing this for like effect. I was seriously scared about this. I've been in agony with my back, and I thought having acupuncture, and of course it's it's got like the electrical impulses. So I thought this would absolutely kill me, but I've been sort of complaining to the doctor a lot, and he said, don't worry. Look, it's mildly painful, but I'm hoping it's going to help. Acupuncture in China. As I said, when you come to a hospital in China, especially mainland China, the TCM aspect, the traditional Chinese medicine, is part of the process. You can opt in or opt out. You can say, I just want Western medicine. Sorry, guys. Or you can say, I just want traditional Chinese medicine, or you can have a mixture of both. Pretty much most of the doctors in the hospital are effective in both sides of the medicine, have studied both. Gosh, I hope this helps. 20 minutes of this, apparently. It's a bit ridiculous talking while I'm getting acupuncture. Of course, I'm on this bed here. Of course, nobody can see me, and there's 2 more beds alongside me. You can hear a lady there groaning, but we can't see each other. So there is that privacy element. But I think, for a lot of people, I've got American friends, and obviously the cost is a big deal for them. And it's a lot cheaper here in China, especially out of insurance. And then for UK friends, obviously my experience of UK, it's just a lot faster. And I don't know if you guys saw the video with my dad, and he mentioned that as well. I love the UK, I love the NHS, but occasionally, once you get the second step past the GP, so for example, if I were to get acupuncture or tests, or go for a referral, that could take weeks, months, almost up to a year sometimes, unless it's an emergency. I saw the doctor this morning who recommended acupuncture, and 20 minutes later, I'm having acupuncture. You also asked me if I want to have an x-ray, and I said I didn't want to have an x-ray. I'd had x-rays in the past before, and I don't think it's an x-ray issue. I don't think it's a bone issue. And that's actually what friends have asked me about as well. Can you opt out of certain things? And I just said to the doctor, I'd prefer not to have an x-ray. And he said that was fine. So yeah, it's different. Everything's different. But in terms of efficiency and speed, you just cannot beat the Chinese system. You cannot beat my butt, the acupuncture. Right, I'm back down on the ground floor. Before we pay and find out how much this has cost me, I'm going to talk about the whole system and speaking Chinese or not speaking Chinese. Look, if you speak Chinese, it obviously is a lot easier. If you don't speak Chinese, it can be confusing. And that is why some people contact me before they come out to China. If you're interested, you can contact me. I have, unfortunately, I think it is unfortunate. I have a lot of experience of going to hospitals in China. I'm constantly getting injured. But hey, I can share that experience with you guys. What I've got now are all these these receipts. I told you can pay with a QR code, and that in the acupuncture here was 340 RMB for 2 sessions. So to be clear what he did, he didn't film everything. I got 20 minutes of acupuncture, and then he basically, like a chiropractor, pushed me around, twisted me, pushed me down, and you heard all those bone crunching things. So I guess it was acupuncture plus chiropractor. 340 divided by 2, 150. Gosh, my maths is bad. So that's like 170 RMB. So about £15. I don't know what that is in dollars. $20, $30 per session here. I'll pay that, and also I'll get the medicine, and we'll find out how much the whole thing has cost me. The whole thing today, basically. And someone actually commented on my videos before going to hospitals in China. They said, look, it's unfair of you to compare with the NHS, and to a certain extent it is unfair, although I think there are places we should make comparisons to, because this is the system of China. If I was a Chinese person, I'd have an IBAO, medical insurance, and so a bit like the NHS, I would either not pay or I'd pay very little. So I think there are comparisons to make. But okay, so let's talk about the costs today. So I've already said 340 RMB for the acupuncture, 2 sessions by the way. I also had 50 RMB for that Chinese medicine, about 75 RMB for that Chinese medicine. There's another medicine here as well. Sorry, I put it all in my backpack. As you know, my back is hurting, so I didn't want to be carrying stuff. It's much better for me in the backpack, both sides equally weighted. So all in all, guys, I've spent almost 500, just over 500 RMB. So a little less than £50. But don't forget, that's for all the medicine, seeing the doctor today, and 2 acupuncture plus chiropractor sessions. So that's 2 sessions here. So look, I still think it's reasonable. And if I was Chinese, and or if I was in the, if I was working here full time and had the sort of the insurance card, the medical insurance card, it would cost me I'd probably only pay 10 or 20% of that whole cost. But yeah, for international people thinking of coming over to China, that's the kind of cost for the kind of treatment we've had today. So it's really nice weather today. You can see the guy in the wheelchair behind me. Hello. 今天天气好，晒个太阳，早日康复哈。See? You can see I was chatting to that guy before. He's in the wheelchair. I said I hope he gets better soon. The weather's really nice today, so a lot of the patients that can are coming out, getting a bit of sun. You can see this little girl as well, wheelchair, obviously broke her leg. Get a bit of sun on your back, on your face. It's good for you, I think, in moderation. Guys, that is it. That is going to a hospital, a Chinese hospital, step by step. I hope you've enjoyed this video. I hope if you're thinking about coming out to China to see medical tourism, to see a doctor, to get some medical attention, hopefully you've learned a lot as well. Guys, if you're thinking about coming out to China, to see a doctor, get some medical care attention, I hope you've learned something from this video. Guys, if you're interested in actually doing that and actually want some help, perhaps you can send me an email. I'll put it in the description below, my email address, and if I can help you, then maybe we can arrange a video call or something like that. I've got loads of experience, a bit too much experience of going to doctors and hospitals in China. That's it. I tell you what else I might do, because some people have emailed me this saying, look, they're going to come to China on a holiday. They'd quite like to get a health check or a medical, because of course I guess that's probably a lot cheaper than other countries as well, and again very efficient. You go to Beijing, you see the Great Wall of China for half a day, and for a few hours in the morning you get a medical checkup. I'm not sure if people are interested in that. I should have a medical checkup. I am now well and truly middle-aged. My wife has been going on at me for a while to get a medical checkup, so perhaps I should. That's something maybe I could film next time and see if you guys are interested in a medical checkup or any other videos in China, let me know. Maybe that's something I can do. Put it in the comments below. Guys, from me, Toby, here in China, that is a wrap. This has been China Unpacked. I'm at the Provincial Orthopaedic Hospital metro station. I'm going to go home and get some needed rest. Well, I'm not going to lie down or sit down. I still prefer at this stage to stand up with my back. Bye-bye. Take care. This is a bit of a PS after finishing the video, so I'm back home in my study, as you can see. Anyway, today's doctor is so funny. I told him my aim is to get better, get my back better, and then, of course, to play football, which is my great love, playing football. And this afternoon, when I've got back, he just sent me a message. He asked, I added his WeChat. And can you imagine adding a doctor's contact details when you go to a surgery or a hospital or a doctor's practice in Britain, perhaps even American, I'm not sure. But anyway, he added my WeChat, because he said he liked football as well. And he's just invited me to play football tomorrow. It's very kind of him, and I'd be very happy to play football with him, but literally, I've just seen you with a back problem. So I said, doctor, you know my back is terrible. Wait for me to get better, and then I'd be happy to play football, my team against your team. Be great. I'm going to screenshot the message he sent me. It's actually ridiculous. But hey, Chinese doctors are friendly.